Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. Hope you guys are having an amazing Monday. Today I really want to talk about the seriousness of precious metals, investing into this highly potential, highly beneficial asset. I was having a conversation with someone a couple hours ago actually, and the conversation of investing came up, and they were talking about food stocks, talking about stock markets, everything that goes along the lines of, the digital side. And I mentioned, precious metals, the physical bullion, and how beneficial that can be. But it almost seems like they were trying to fight everything I was saying. That they couldn't just accept that it has intrinsic value and that it has a lot of potential. He even mentioned saying that, he heard that gold had been up lately. And I mentioned, yeah, there's a lot more potential coming up with things like the 2020 presidential election and recession looming. And it's almost like everything that he was hearing was going in one ear and out the other. And it really sparked this video idea because I think that the society, the economy is almost not brainwashed, but has molded this picture that if you're investing in the precious metals, you're going against the grain. And is that necessarily a bad thing, though? I don't think so. Because that means that they're trying to hide something. Never, when something is valuable, that precious, that has that much power behind it, they're never going to tell everyone to go buy it. They want it for themselves. It's greediness. That's why central banks own so much gold and silver, even though it's not used as legal tender anymore. There's a reason for that. There's a reason that they only, the public or the media only really portrays silver as a bearish, low market investment. And hopefully by the end of this video, you can understand that gold and silver are something that can free yourselves from debt, from your financial situation, also learning how to budget your money, but also giving yourself potential for the future. I mean, look at the national debt right now. $24 trillion, almost $25 trillion in debt. That's because hyperinflation has destroyed the dollar. The dollar's lost 98% of its purchasing power. We're going into the digital age. It's all cashless nations now. Swipe of a card, cardless ATMs, cryptocurrency, mobile banking. It's all digital now. So our fiat currency is slowly getting replaced before our eyes, and we're accepting it. We just haven't even noticed it yet. We have to start acknowledging what's happening. And we're going into this age because that's going to allow us to swipe a card, put ourselves in debt easier. Pushing colleges, pushing everything that causes debt. It's okay. It's almost okay to live paycheck to paycheck nowadays. It's like the normal. It's the standard to live paycheck to paycheck. Investing is something of a far-term goal when you're 50 or 60, and it's not something that's taken seriously. Especially, I'm 27. Most people my age are still living paycheck to paycheck, having no type of savings or no sense of investing for their future at all, which is sad because 27. Yes, I'm still relatively young, but I'm an adult. I still have to pay bills. It's not like I'm 17, 18 anymore. And it's almost like the roles are getting flipped, and it's almost being okay to be broke nowadays. It's like a trend, and that's not okay. You have to start taking control of your financial situation, of your future, and it starts with precious metals. Now, I do want to mention, before you start buying precious metals, you should really start stacking fiat currency first, because if not, there's a good chance you're going to have to sell your precious metals anyways when an emergency comes up, when a medical bill's due, or rent, or whatever the case is. So get a nice amount of fiat currency saved up. That'll be your first little goal to do. Maybe save a couple $1,000s in your bank account, and then you can start buying gold and silver little by little. You don't have to spend your entire paycheck. You can spend 10% of your paycheck, not even 5%. And slowly over time, trust me, it adds up quick. Before you know it, you'll have 100 ounces of silver and be like, what the heck happened? It's something that it really does happen. Now, I want to go back to that percentage thing because a lot of people, especially in the beginning, it's really easy to become addicted to precious metals. Getting the package alone is addicting. Unboxing something, there's that term unbox therapy where it really is addicting. Watching it on UPS or when it's going to arrive, and then when it finally does arrive, opening it up, and then you finally see your precious metals in there. And a lot of people do film it or share, their unboxing, and it's addicting. But you do need to be careful with that because you can definitely overspend in the beginning, and overspending also goes along the same type of thing as impulse buying. Impulsively buying coins or silver that you don't need, that's actually a bad purchase. Because yes, just because you're stacking silver, it's good, that's a good thing, but you can still make some bad and risky purchases. We're not going to go into that whole thing for the sake of this video's length, but it's definitely a lot riskier if you're not really thinking rational behind your choices or what you're buying. If you just go click everything you see that looks shiny, that looks cool, that's probably not the best strategy. You want to think fundamentally behind your choices. Is this the type of silver that's fitting my stacking strategy? Am I a long-term stacker or am I a quick flipper? And is this coin suiting, the type of category that I'm fitting in? Because this is definitely going to play a huge role in how you're going to sell this silver as well in the future, and how much returns or how much profit you will get back. So it's stuff to think about. Now I want to go back to the dollar and the central banks thing, because this is the meat and potatoes of this video. Now, if you hold, let's say, $30,000 in gold and silver, in 10 years from now, that $30,000 not only will have held its wealth, held its value, but there's a good chance it would appreciate over time as well. Not only that, but also spot price rising. If you hold $30,000 in a bank account in 10 years, what you can buy with that $30,000 will have drastically depleted. There's this saying, pre-1965 half dollar could buy you a gallon of gas back in the day, and it still can today. It's not the face value today. Back in the day, you could have took that 50-cent Walking Liberty half dollar to your gas station and bought 50 cents would fill your tank. Nowadays, it's not the face value, it's not the 50 cents that will fill your tank, but you can take that Walking Liberty half dollar to a local coin shop, sell it for $7, $8, go fill your tank with it. See, it's not the face value anymore, it's the metal content inside of it, which means that's intrinsic. That's the best way to describe what intrinsic means. Regardless of the time, what time era we're in, that same Walking Liberty from back in the day can still buy you the same thing today. The face value, and that's because the silver's inside of it. But nowadays, our money doesn't have silver inside of it. So you can see how 50 cents back in the day could buy you a gallon of gas, but nowadays, you won't get anywhere near a gallon of gas. You'll need more and more and more and more and more. The purchasing power of that half dollar has been lost, has been depleted. But the metal inside of it is where the real value is, and that's why we invest into precious metals. I hope that was the best way to break it down on the timeless value that silver brings to the table. Silver's been used for value for 6,000 years. Do you think this is ironic that it's the longest lasting thing that holds its value? Do you think that's just ironic by coincidence? No, there's a reason behind it. Not only going over the several things that it's used for on a daily basis or on a worldwide basis on a global scale, it also brings stackers to be able to start thinking about investing, about the financial situation of things, about the economy. I've learned so much about the different economies, about politics, about the dirty things going on behind the scenes with central banks. I've learned the true value of a dollar. I've learned just because I can buy something doesn't mean I can afford to buy it. I've learned how to separate my wants versus needs. I've learned how to budget. This is all stuff that precious metals, that investing teaches you. So I highly recommend, if you haven't jumped the gun yet, do so, but also watch some beginner type videos. I have a lot of beginner type silver stacking videos. I hope this video caught your attention, caught your eye, especially if you are an outsider. If you are, I want to welcome you into the world of precious metals. It will change your life for the better. I can guarantee it. In a couple years from now, you will be so beyond where you're at right now financially, you won't even imagine it. And that's all because of the things that it teaches you. Budgeting, the economy, the value of the dollar. You'll start, your perception of the world will quickly change. Driving past Starbucks every day, realizing that if you save that cup of coffee that you pay, that $5 cup of coffee, that can get you an extra ounce of silver every single week. Just make coffee at home. It's a lot cheaper. Stuff like that will change your perspective on things, and it will definitely help your stacking and investing, your investing future. And I say future because it really is your stacking for your future, and the end goal is financial freedom. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to smash that like button. Let's try to get 100 likes on this video. Let's see if this video can be spread across and start to enlighten people, to awaken people into the world of precious metals, because it definitely will save their life, and it definitely will save their finances, which is extremely important because that is our livelihood. That's how we survive, that's how we live, that's how we flourish. And I hope this video can do that and can plant that seed for you guys. But anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I will see you guys soon. Peace.